You can also pass data back, and you still do this with props. The idea just is that instead of having props that pass in data like a string or an array or an object to the lower level, to the child component, as it's also called, you pass a callback function from the parent component to the child component. So no array or anything like that, but a callback function. So here in the app component, we could define a new function, add new goal handler. The name is totally up to you. And I name it handler because it also will kind of be triggered upon an event. And here I expect to get the new goal. And then here I can reach out to course goals and, for example, push the new goal into this array. And thereafter, console log course goals. Now we have this function, and now we can pass it to new goal via props. So there we could add a prop on add goal. This is now not an event listener React defines. For all the built-in HTML elements, we have built-in event listeners. Like for example, in the new goal component, on the form, we had on submit. On a button, we have on click. On input, we also have on click, for example, because you can also handle click events on inputs. You can handle those on any HTML element. Now, in the end here, I called this an event handler. But what it actually is just a prop. Technically, there is no difference between class name, where I pass in a string, and on submit, where I pass in a pointer to a function. So in the end, this is just a prop of the form element which React offers to you. So here in app.js, we can also pass a prop here on new goal, which holds a pointer to a function. I just named this prop like this, not because I have to. I could name it add goal or this here, but it's a convention to name props which in the end pass functions to lower level components like event handlers, because the functions you pass down to components in the end will be called by these components upon certain events. That is how it typically works, and you will see that the more React applications you build. So therefore, I follow this convention and name this on add goal and pass my add new goal handler to the new goal component. So I pass a pointer, not the execution, but just a pointer to this function to new goal on this on add goal prop. Now that means that inside of new goal, I can now accept props here. I can accept this props parameter. I always get it, even if I don't get any props. But if I don't get any props, there isn't much sense in explicitly writing it out here. But now I need a prop, which I'm getting on new goal. And that is that on add goal prop I defined here. I want to call that function I receive on that prop here inside of my add goal handler in new goal. So instead of logging the new goal, I can now call props on add goal here. On add goal, because that's the name I chose here. And on add goal passes a pointer at a function to the component. So inside of the new goal component, I know I can execute on add goal because it holds a pointer to a function. So I now execute that function it pointed to. And I can pass my new goal as an argument to onAddGoal, because indeed, in the function I passed to onAddGoal, I expect to get a new goal as an argument, as a parameter. So now if we save everything, we should see that if I click add goal, we're outputting something from app.js line 16, which is this log here, and we're outputting our new course goals array, which are our old goals and the new goal. So passing the goal from the lower level, from the child component, the new goal component, to the parent component, the app component in this case, works. And it works with props. We just use props to pass a function that is then called by the child components instead of passing data directly from parent to child. This gives us a way to communicate back from the child to the parent with help of such a function.